Hi folks, and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So I've been fiddling with the Blender build that I released last night, and I've just been tinkering with talents, trying to figure out a better way of doing things. Is there a way we can have better armor pen in the build without having to go for the rocket launcher, which is better than it was, and it's very good with destroying waves. We do lose the AoE of the chem toxin grenade or the ability to stun with the blind grenade, but it is a way around the old armor pen problem. But what I found is the more I look at the talent tree, the more I feel that the keystones are just very, very weak. I mean, they just feel like worse versions of other classes' abilities. Like Vulture's Mark just feels like a worse version of either the Veteran's ability, which I can't remember the name of, or the Arbites ability. And Adrenaline Frenzy, it's just a worse version of Inexorable Judgment from the Zealot. I mean, these modifiers at the sides are just terrible. They just make it worse in every possible way. Like even with uncontrolled aggression, increasing the duration of adrenaline to 4 seconds from 2. I mean, whoop, I guess. And even then, I don't think it increases it to the full 4-second duration. I mean, you're losing one stack. You just have to hit stuff to get the stacks back. I mean, it's a point that doesn't do much, which is why I never take it. And then you've got Stoked Rage. I mean, this does increase your Adrenaline Frenzy by 50%, so it's worth taking. And then you've got Adrenaline Unbound, which gives you 5% toughness each second. I mean, it's not particularly impressive. I'm trying to work out how these keystones could be better. And then you've got Chemical Dependency. And the more I look at Chemical Dependency, the more I think it is the weakest of the three. And the three aren't particularly impressive to start with. So we're looking at Chemical Dependency. Using a stim grants you a stack of dependency for 90 seconds, right? Okay. For each stack, you gain 10% ability cooldown reduction. And so that's 30% at 3 stacks. Okay, cool. And then you've got the others. You get 4, but they only last 60 seconds, which means you have to go much lower in the cartel special. You would have to drop it down to, say, 60% to make it comfortable to be able to use it. I mean, you might be able to scrape it at 70, but you've got a 3-second window of get it on there or you've lost a stack. So you're gimping your cartel special to be able to use 4 stacks of Chemical Dependency. And the Chemical Dependency isn't particularly strong in the first place. Using a stim replenishes 50% toughness. Additionally, each stack of dependency grants 5% toughness damage reduction. So if we don't go for this, that means it's at 15% damage reduction. Whoa. And 15% crit. Yay. Where I can just get 20% crit by dodging. They don't feel very well thought out. Like this entire section of the tree doesn't feel great. I mean, what build is it? Okay, so take the original one I was fiddling with. To get into Chemical Dependency and the 2 nodes at the bottom, we're coming through here. We're grabbing an extra Blitz charge. It's useful. It's quite useful. Sample Collector replenishes 1% of your cartel special cooldown, killing chem toxin infected enemies. Instead replenishes 2. That is not as fast as you think it is. Like, we can jab ourselves and let's just go kill. Oh, and the best thing is as well that they've changed it now as well. You can't regen it while it's working. So you can't even start regenning it until the effect wears off. as you can see, it's just slowly ticking. It doesn't do very much. But by also coming down here to get chemical dependency, you're missing out on a flat 5% crit. Oh yeah, the crit. We're missing out on attack speed through stamina. We're missing out on hypercritical, which is the instant ability to kill human-sized enemies on crit. I know it's not a big chance, but I mean, yeah. And we're also missing out on 25% weak spot damage. So even trying to get down here into this area, you're losing an awful lot. It doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't feel like a powerful third choice. You know, like even with the Arbites, the 3 different choices are pretty unique to it. Well, not massively unique. I mean, every keystone is just a rehash of someone else's, but I mean, it doesn't feel like you're being punished just for using it. And even the rest of the abilities aren't great. 5% base damage for each chem toxin infected enemy, up to 15% for each chem toxin infected enemy nearby. I mean, they've made it better because this used to have to be involved with different chem toxins. So it'd have to be 1 stack of that, wipe the poop knife, 1 stack of that, and then we get the damage buff. So it's just, and also it's 15%. I like the class. It is fun to play. It feels incredibly badly thought out. It does not feel good to play with at all with these things. I enjoy playing the class, but fiddling with the trees just feels frustrating. So I don't know. This is more just my thoughts on it. I mean, I keep going back to this. Rampage into Adrenaline Frenzy and grabbing these 3 nodes for a power boost. And this side of the tree just doesn't feel super great. They have, as I said, they've changed Toxin Mania and Toxic Renewal to be a little bit more useful. But even then, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of builds at the moment. I'm not going to stop, but maybe I'm just blinded by them. Who knows? Anyway, this just been a sit and talk, really. My thought process of when I'm looking at the trees, figuring things out. So if you've enjoyed listening to me ramble, please do like and subscribe. And I shall see you all later for the next video. So until then, take it easy. I'll see you later.